Uh, I see how much subscribers I have. So, uh, I hadn't, ever since I uploaded From a Moment of Calm and into, one moment's loading. YouTube, thanks. From a Moment of Calm and into a pure PvP rampage. Ever since I uploaded that video, I wasn't paying attention to YouTube at all. Until just now, when I just realized I have 361 subscribers. Thank you so much. And for this, thank you for making the subscriber count go crazy. And now, for my kinda late 360 subscriber special, I will read A Fire's Spark, a story featuring Spark Flame, Venom Frost, and yeah, just those two. And it's based off of the characters I made in The Wolf. And for those of you who've been watching the Wolf content for a while, know what I'm talking about. Those who don't, so when I first started making videos about the Wolf, I made a playlist called The Wolf Gameplays featuring a character I made called Sparkflame. And I created Sparkflame based on this book right here. I did the same thing for Venom Frost. If you've seen my playlist, The Wolf Gameplays featuring a character I made up called Venom Frost. So now, A Fire Spark is what I'll be reading for my 360 subscriber special. I mean, of course, I'll be reading other... No. Just this one. No, yeah. I'll be reading other ones, like A Fire Spark and The Tale of the Mysterious Black Wolf, which is another, story thingamajig I made. And now, let's begin. Thank you again for 360 subscribers. Prologue. Sparkflame opened his eyes to the smell of a wolf in the distance. It was nighttime and pitch black outside. The grass was soft beneath him. A long howl echoed through the forest, and with a huff, Sparkflame got to his paws and scented the air. The smell was unfamiliar, though it sent a chill down his spine. As the howl faded to an end, Sparkflame silently crept through the forest, following the scent. At last, right at the edge of the forest, where grass was seen for miles, there was a dark figure with ice-blue eyes, looking at him with admiration. Moonlight suddenly shone brightly onto the ground, telling Sparkflame that clouds have clearly been covering the sky not too long ago. The wolf outlined in the moonlight was a gray wolf, a she-wolf at that. Her eyes shone with satisfaction as she spoke. "I've seen you use your power, fellow wolf. You are strong for a young one." Sparkflame curled his lip and snarled, "I'm not a young wolf, and you're about a paw step away from running away, wailing like a pup with less blood than you woke up with." The she-wolf's eyes darkened at the threat. She raised her paw, and her claws glowed green as small, shiny green scales flew out her fur in all directions. Sparkflame backed away. He's never seen power like this before. He could smell the stinging poison wafting from it. He was too tired to fight, and he tried to hold in his yawn. At the same time, he didn't want this wolf in his territory. He warily lifted his front paws off from the ground as he reared, then slammed them onto the ground. A huge wall of electricity shot out from the ground and hit the she-wolf before she could react. She shook violently before collapsing onto the ground. Sparks flew from the burning patches of fur, and ice formed on it, melting and quickly extinguishing any fire that formed from the sparks. The she-wolf yelped and scrambled to her paws as fast as she could, fear in her eyes. She stood there for a few moments, then shook herself. She slid into the forest, blending with the darkness. Sparkflame froze. He couldn't smell the she-wolf anywhere. Ice formed on his paws, gluing them to the ground. The wolf slammed into him, sinking her teeth into his neck. Blood sprayed in her face as she knocked him to the ground. She held her grip, then jabbed her claws into his flank, with one paw pinning him with the other. Pain shot through Sparkflame, but he was too weak to escape. All he could do was use power that didn't require movement. So that's what he did. Sparkflame closed his eyes, and his fur shot out in all directions as if he was struck by lightning. The wolf's weight suddenly disappeared as he felt intense heat all around him. Every breath he took, he could almost taste the smoke. He could hear rapid paw steps thrumming the ground, made by the she-wolf's failed attempts to escape. Sizzling sounds were heard as the sound of ice melted and extinguished only a few of the flames. But Sparkflame knew no matter how hard the she-wolf tried, she couldn't create a gap wide and safe enough for her to run through, escaping the fire. Once he opened his eyes, to his horror he remembered the strange green substance on the she-wolf's claws. The paw with the poisoned claws was jabbed into his side while the wolf was pinning him. Sparkflame desperately tried to get up, in case the wolf decided to use him as a way to jump over the fire, but he collapsed again. Hearing the thud, the she-wolf turned towards him, eyes blazing. She lunged for him again, this time biting into his flank. More pain shot through the defenseless Sparkflame as the wolf tore out a chunk of flesh. Blood poured onto the ground, and almost instantly Sparkflame felt the pain abruptly stop. Everything became blurry, and the last thing he felt was ice form on his body. The she-wolf was using him to jump over the fire. Sparkflame couldn't use his power to heal himself. He couldn't use his power to quickly melt the ice. He couldn't use his power at all. And you see, that I made that prologue back then when I was terrible at explaining how the wolves used their powers. And in case you can't tell already, the book is based off of the game The Wolf. You know, obviously. Ignore Ghost Pepper laughing in the background. She's watching YouTube. Anyway, yeah, the book is based off of The Wolf, and as you can see the drawing right here, Sparkflame's golden wolf, Venom Frost is the gray wolf, and in case you didn't know, the skills she used in the prologue for a fire spark was Venomous Skin and Poison Jump Claw. Meanwhile, Sparkflame used Fiery Ring and I forgot, so... Oh, and she used Frostbite. Yeah. Venom Frost also used Frostbite and Venomous Skin. But as you would see later, she changes what powers... Or no, she gets stronger, like the slightest bit stronger, and starts using Poison Cloud later in the book. But yeah, that's the end of the prologue. Chapter 1. Venom Frost looked down at the forest from a hill. She had just killed the strong wolf Sparkflame. No, she didn't, not too long ago. Though she was struck by lightning on her way back to the forest, she was certain she had taken the golden wolf's power. Soon, she would have his home to herself. I'm glad to finally kill that pesky wolf. He was a pain in the butt, for sure, she thought. Plot twist, she didn't actually kill him. More on that later. Her thoughts were interrupted as she spotted a golden figure speed through the forest. Eyes wide, Venom Frost at first couldn't believe it, but Sparkflame was dead. There's no way he was able to survive that. Little did Venom Frost know, Sparkflame had his plot armor on, so of course he survived. Anyway, Venom Frost remembered with a shiver the fire that was encircled around her. Ever since she ripped out his side, Venom Frost created a large block of ice he could jump over to jump over the fire. As she ran away, she could hear the sizzling of fire getting extinguished. But little did she know, the ice had stopped the blood from flowing, and Sparkflame's liquefied power from seeping out from the wolf. The ice had stopped Sparkflame from bleeding to death. If he did somehow manage to survive the possibly being frozen alive or dying from the poison, then I can't waste any time. I must prepare for the worst. Venom Frost raised her tail in determination. She was going to really get Sparkflame this time, no matter who or what gets in her way. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wait, this is confusing. Yeah, it is. So basically, in my story, in A Fire Spark and The Tale of the Mysterious Black Wolf, when a wolf with powers dies, ignore the Wi-Fi. Thank you, Wi-Fi. Anyway, when a wolf in A Fire Spark or The Tale of the Mysterious Black Wolf dies, their power liquefies. So anyone can take it. Like anyone. Say, for example, If Wolf A kills Wolf B, and Wolf B's power liquefies out of their body, Wolf A can take Wolf B's power. That's the explanation. Now, in the tale of a mysterious black wolf, that doesn't happen for some reason, but it does in a fire spark. But yeah, you'll see Venom Frost's motivation Venom Frost's real motivation for going after Spark Flame's power in the epilogue. But yeah, that's the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2. After his close call with death, Spark Flame had ran across the empty grassland and into a mountain slope too steep for him to climb. Here, he has stayed for years, becoming stronger and stronger while managing to keep out of sight from the she-wolf. That's right, a time skip, and by years it means 2 years. He never got to know who she was, which was bad, especially if he were to meet any wolves who could help him. Still, he traveled the mountain, frequently moving every day in case he was spotted. Occasionally, he would find a piece of meat laying around. He would snatch it up and find the most rugged, unstable, difficult-to-climb part of the mountain to eat it. He also discovered a small stream, which got wider as he followed it. Then he immediately turned back as he heard the roaring of a waterfall. Despite that, he stopped the constant relocating and decided to stay upstream, where there was a small hole. It later became his den as he dug it wide enough for him. And even though he had found meat while exploring, since he found a temporary home, it was difficult to find food. Recently, he saw another wolf in the mountains, and very rarely a wolf pack. He could just imagine what would happen if he ever got into a fight with any of them. His only choice was to secretly make a trail to an empty area leading to the heart of their territory, where he could steal a piece of their food. It was incredibly risky, as there was a wolf guarding their pile of food. The pile was always small, as every pack member would either eat it or bring it into a cluster of bushes. The grass in the mountains was a mixture of golden with hints of blue. Sparkflame was grateful, as this provided camouflage. Not really. Sometimes he would get caught, and the wolf guarding the food pile would spin around and give him a warning glare, but it never attacked him. Now, he was sitting in the grass, staring at the food pile. It was daytime, which was the best time to camouflage. To his surprise, the wolf who would usually guard the food pile was gone. As he waited, suddenly a wolf slammed into his side. He scrambled to regain his balance. As he scrambled to regain his balance, he felt teeth meet his throat, but not biting through it. He was shocked at the wolf's speed. Caught you this time, the wolf snarled. Sparkflame huffed. You did a good job at making sure no one steals my food, he said. Sparkflame huffed. You did a good job at making sure no one steals any food, he said with sarcasm. The wolf got up. Get up, it demanded. Sparkflame got up and looked around. It was only that one wolf. You have a pack. Where are they? Sparkflame glanced at the wolf. Worry about the pack when the alpha decides what to do with you. The wolf shoved Sparkflame out of the way as it headed into a cluster of bushes in the distance. Sparkflame felt his tail droop, and apprehension crawled at his stomach. He looked back at the food pile. He looked around again. No other pack members were there. He quickly ran towards the food pile, only to get stopped in his tracks by Jaws grabbing his tail and dragging him. He yelped. Then electricity shot out from his fur, electrocuting the wolf from behind him. He whipped around and faced the wolf. Behind it was a large group of other wolves. He stood his ground as a black wolf walked up to him. Give me a reason why you're here. Give me a reason why you're here. The wolf's voice was raspy with sleepiness. Sparkflame snorted. Out of all the times your guard caught me, it didn't tell you about what I was trying to do. The black wolf curled its lip. A thick green fog appeared in front of it. Sparkflame stood up on his hind legs, but he inhaled the fog, and he began to feel sick. He stumbled before collapsing onto the ground, coughing. The black wolf stood over him. You either leave and never come back, or you'll stay here and suffer. You done? No. Don't mind Ghost. She's just interrupting me. Sparkflame shakily got up. This wolf was clearly stronger than him. But where else could he go? His only options were to fight the wolf and its pack, which would be impossible, or he would need to run back to the forest and risk getting spotted by that crazy she-wolf. A small brown she-wolf walked out from the crowd of wolves and stood next to the black wolf. The black wolf looked down at her. Sparkflame stood there quietly. He knew that if he were to run away, they'd all attack him. How about he can join us? One of the wolves asked. The others glared at him, some even growling threats. His ears went down. The black wolf looked back at Sparkflame. Do you know how many pieces of food you stole? Sparkflame shook his head. Well, you shall help us deal with our rivals. Since you think you're so sneaky, you will go in their territory and bring one or two of their pack members here. Make sure it's a small group. Their alpha is a dull wolf, so if you see him, try not to make any noise as you head into the slope where the pack lives. His pack often goes out on hunts, and the best time to strike is when their alpha has left the heart of the pack territory. Sparkflame opened his mouth to speak, but nothing came out. He was scared. What if these wolves are all faster and stronger than him? I don't really have much of a choice here, do I? He wondered. Alright, next up, Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Sparkflame was dropped off in an empty grassland at the bottom of the mountain. The two wolves who had dragged him here have already left. Wait. I skipped a chapter. Chapter 3, sorry. Anyway, the season passes, and Sparkflame hasn't noticed much of a difference besides the temperature. It has gotten cooler in the mountains since his stay. He was allowed to join the pack, but was restricted access to the food pile. The alpha female of the pack would provide water with her ice powers, since the nearest water source wasn't near the pack at all, and was in fact in rival territory. Days since he stayed in the pack, the only one who seemed to talk to Sparkflame was a small she-wolf, whose name was Strikerfire. Strikerfire also turned out to be a pup, which explained why she looked so small. She didn't seem to have any parents with her, and Sparkflame once wondered if any of the other pack members knew whether she ate regurgitated meat or not. And oddly enough, she was the only wolf pup. As nightfall approached, Sparkflame went to a large hole in the ground. Sniffing it, he caught the smell of blood. Curious, he went inside. It was unusual for him to smell blood, especially since all the wolves in the pack seemed to have powers just like him. Though it was dark, Sparkflame could make out the faint outline of the wolf he had seen when he first came to the mountains. It was the same one that had dragged him to the black wolf, who was the pack alpha. Except this time, the wolf was sitting there, bleeding from the ear. When it spotted Sparkflame, it struggled to get up, but collapsed. Who are you again? It asked wearily. Sparkflame didn't answer for a few moments. How did you get that wound? I thought you were more careful than that. It's not my fault. There's something down here that cut me. The wolf winced. Well, actually, it is your fault. You should have paid more attention, he growled before grabbing the wolf by the scruff and dragging it out. Once it was out, he let go of it. In the light, the wolf turned out to also be a golden wolf, but with darker fur. Get away from him! The alpha snarled as they approached the golden wolf, shoving Sparkflame out of the way. Sparkflame wagged his tail anxiously. I found him in that hole there. He was cut off by a fierce, low growl from the black wolf. He turned to face them, but could only see their eyes gleaming with anger as the sky grew darker. You hurt this wolf as revenge for him dragging you by your tail. That's what you did. Just like that, the alpha threw back their head and let out a long, deep, almost commanding howl. Wolves, one by one, gathered around the alpha, staring straight at Sparkflame. Sparkflame's ears went down. Just smell his leg! It's that simple to tell the difference whether I attacked him or not, he whimpered. The darker fur-colored golden wolf glared at him with hatred. I didn't want you to save me. I could have gotten out there myself. Did I cry for help? No. Yet you still decided to help me, he sneered. You probably think you're oh so special for saving me, just so you can gain our trust. Well, let me get one thing straight. He walked up to Sparkflame, tail high in the air. He stopped before taking a deep breath in. A freezing cold ice wind was then blown in Sparkflame's face, sending a massive shiver down his spine. Fury swelled up inside of him. This wolf was so ungrateful. He could have just let him sit there. Sparkflame curled his lip as he snarled, and he lunged at the darker fur-colored wolf. When he hit him, he bit down on his shoulder, then knocked him to the ground. Sparkflame pinned him to the ground as he glared up at the black wolf. The alpha wolf stood there. "Don't kill him," they huffed. Sparkflame shook his head. "Why should I care about a selfish wolf like him? What benefit would that be to you?" Suddenly a thick cloud appeared above Sparkflame, and large hail chunks fell on him. He winced in pain as the ice fell into his back repetitively. He was forced to get off, but this was a mistake, as a darker golden wolf got up. Sparkflame could feel him staring at his throat. By now he had enough. Sparks flew from the ground, and a large ring of fire surrounded him. The wolves around him panicked, as they were coughing violently and catching on fire. The alpha female's eyes widened. A small vortex of ice and wind circled rapidly around her, the ice melting and putting out only some of the flames. Then an ice wall appeared in front of her, cutting off an entire section of the fiery ring. Once the fire vanished, charred bodies of wolves laid limply on the ground, one of them even including the darker-furred golden wolf, whose fur was burned off. A patch of fur on the black wolf's face was missing, and every time they tried to lick their nose, probably because it was burned in the fire, they were interrupted by a half-wheezing cough. Only the alpha female of the pack was unscathed. "What did you do?" she snarled at Sparkflame. "You nearly killed the alpha. We should kick you out and bring you to our rivals." Sparkflame froze. One of the pack members told me about their rivals. In fact, the only reason why I was allowed to join this pack was so I could sneak up on whoever goes out of the safety of their pack home and kill them. And only my pack would benefit from it, but not me. "They were using me," he said out loud. The remaining pack members looked at him with blank expressions. "You guys only wanted me so I can kill off one of your rivals' pack members one by one." Why is there a fourth dot? Anyway, yet you could have used your power and use it and do it yourself. Just like you use your powers on me. If you're not happy with the way you were treated, then you shouldn't have come here. The alpha let out a raspy growl after another wheeze cough. The white wolf bounded up to them and they whispered something in her ear. She lowered her head and trotted towards the pack members. "Get this wolf out of here. It's clear that he will kill us all one day without even a second thought," she demanded with a firm voice to a large ashen wolf. The ashen wolf nodded and hurried over to Sparkflame. A smaller gray wolf followed behind her. The two uneasy wolves approached Sparkflame and stopped in front of him. "Sorry about what happened," the gray wolf whispered. Sparkflame didn't answer. He felt a knot in his stomach as he remembered the brown wolf pup. Striker Fire is still gone. Maybe if I helped look for her, the pack would let me stay. He had almost forgotten about the gray she-wolf, but was glad he didn't. He glanced at the gray wolf, who was dragging him out of the pack territory. He didn't think he could ever forget the she-wolf, especially if they looked almost alike. Also, it didn't mention anything about Striker Fire disappearing, but what I meant to write was that, alright, I meant to write, hold on. Ignore that typo. Ignore that other typo. Ignore that other typo again. Sorry, I'm typing fast. Alright, there we go. Yeah. That's what I meant to type. But I didn't type that. So that's why I just said randomly, now this Striker Fire's gone. But now it explains, like, what happened. Yeah, it says, also, the last time he ever saw her was when he first came here, and now he can't seem to find her. And talking about Striker Fire. So, yeah, that's why in this last paragraph here, Striker Fire is still gone. Maybe if I help look for her, the pack would let me stay. Yeah, that's chapter 4 for you. Alright, let's just save it. Okay, never mind, it saved. Okay, good. Anyway, next chapter 3, sorry. Next up, chapter 4 for real. Chapter 4. Sparkflame was dropped off in an empty grassland at the bottom of the mountain. The two wolves who had dragged him here have already left. By the time the sun had already touched the horizon, he felt as if one of the wolves were still there. Sparkflame glanced behind him and stared as a silhouette emerged from the shadows. As he sniffed the air, he had no reaction to what he discovered. He saw this coming and knew this would happen. A dual wolf outlined by the last sliver of sunlight before it completely vanished. It was eyeing Sparkflame with a smug look on its face. "You must be from the pack in the mountains," it said. Another wolf walked up beside it and stared blankly at Sparkflame. Oh boy! And since this book is based off of like Sparkflame, Venom Frost, and Ghost Pepper, those characters are also in this book. Tell me which one is your favorite when I'm done reading it.
Wait, Ghost Pepper didn't appear yet though, did she?
Yeah, Ghost Pepper appears in I believe chapter 4. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Ghost Pepper appears. Sparkflame couldn't help but feel uneasy as he returned the other wolves' stare. The two of them were covered by the trees' shadows. He was at least able to see a faint glimpse of their fur color. Shut up. The dual wolf's fur was orange, but a bit dark and almost pale. I don't know what a dual wolf looks like, sorry. The other one was a bit larger and was as white as a ghost. It had no expression on its face. It just stared blankly at him.
You mean as white as snow, not as a ghost? Stupid.
True.
You just walked through the door. It didn't even open. I walked through the door again.
that's just like frames per second issue.
No, I think it might about like disconnect.
Oh yeah, it's Wi-Fi definitely.
Oh. See, even when I press the lever, it's not going down. I definitely disconnected. And I wasted all of my energy.
That's so sad. Anyway,
Oh, never mind.
Playing Roblox with Wi-Fi be like. Anyway, you're distracting me.
Yeah.
They really thought that one wolf would be enough too. Sorry, let me say that as if the white wolf. Or no.
Hey, voice act the white wolf. You know, Ghost Pepper. I mean,
I'm not voice acting this.
Yeah, sure you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm just doing like the proper tone.
Did the lights really just flicker at the last minute?
Okay, hold on. Let me just fix this. There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah. The other one was a bit larger and was as white as snow. It had no expression on its face. It just stared blankly at him. They really thought just one wolf would be enough to. The white wolf suddenly snapped her head around to glare at the dull wolf, baring her teeth. She snarled something in his ear, and the smirk on his face turned into a grin. "Oh, I see. I bet they kicked you out because you failed to look after their own pup." Sparkflame shook his head. "How would he know that they have a..." His eyes slowly widened. "He has striker fire, probably holding her hostage." "But what for? I just came here and nobody told me anything about how serious their rivalry is. But then again, it is none of my business. Still, I want to help. I want to keep striker fire safe. I would even adopt her as my own daughter if I have to. Striker fire has... It's not a fan fiction. Stupid. No, it's not. It's a story. I guess you can. Yeah, fan made story based off of the wolf.
Yeah, basically, you know.
Man, shut up. Anyway. Striker Fire has already been treating Sparkflame as if he was her father. No, she hasn't. They gave another hint.
How old are the wolves?
Well, the alphas are adults.
Specifically.
Just
in case the new alpha.
Yeah, the alphas are adults.
Yeah, what age? Like.
How am I supposed to know? It didn't specify in the book, and that's not even important to the plot line.
True.
Yeah, so it's just pointless. Anyway, ignore Ghost Pepper. Well, the person who came up with the idea for Ghost Pepper. ThatOnePurrloin. Yeah, ThatOnePurrloin. Ignore ThatOnePurrloin. Distracting me. that gave Spark Flame.
Oh my god.
No, that gave, that gave another hint to Spark Flame that something must have happened to her parents, and these wolves in the forest could likely be the cause of it. Foreshadowing. I mean, not really, but you know. I know what you did. Spark Flame growled softly. Before he could jump up onto his hind legs, a ghostly white wolf lunged at him, and a large green cloud appeared as she pinned Sparkflame to the ground. Shocked, Sparkflame made a red aura surround him as he struggled to get the wolf off. Man, what's up with everyone using Poison Cloud in here? Anyway, yes you do, you have Poison Cloud. Yeah, but you had Poison Cloud back then. You'd combined it. You'd combine it with your Fiery Ring. Exactly.
I don't combine my whatever the heck you just said.
Yeah, you combine your Poison Cloud with your Fiery Ring.
No, I freaking
Yeah, back.
don't.
Back then you did before you unlocked the thingamajig, the Fiery Ring.
So back then, so instead of the Fiery Ring, I had the Poison Cloud, which is correct.
Yeah. And Ghost Pepper in the story uses Poison Cloud on Spark Flame.
Leave me alone. Okay.
Anyway. What? Yeah, eventually he got the wolf off and he got to his paws. But as soon as he was about to charge forward, as electrical sparks flew from his body, giant roots surrounded him, trapping him.
Yeah, that annoying.
Yeah, rats love using that. Man, I love the epic L imagery I use for the moves. Because, like, someone. Who died during the suitcase? Anyway, because, like, sure, anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, some idiot Baka, I think it was,
Wait, what? The bookshelves were already falling down even as the chase ended.
yeah. So we used root prison on him. Trapping him and preventing him from... No! You're not voice acting.
I'm not voice acting, I'm just narrating.
Oh, yeah, narrate, thanks. No, not now.
Please.
No. He then began to feel weak as a black striped circle appeared underneath him. Basically, someone using a cursing bat. The Dole Wolf then lunged at him, a green/turquoise light flashing in front of him before everything went black. You know, lifesteal. Spark Flame woke up laying next to Striker Fire. As he looked up, he saw the gray she-wolf. What was she? Was she in their pack? Spark Flame wondered with no punctuation. Let me just fix that. Okay, there we go. Was she in their pack? Spark Flame wondered. My name is Venom Frost. The she-wolf spoke. My name is Venom Frost. The she-wolf. My name is Venom Frost. The she-wolf spoke quietly and softly. Her voice was gentle. Sparkflame immediately got up, but winced as a sharp pain stabbed his hind legs. Venom Frost took a step closer to him. You know, I've always admired your power. Bro, what's that apostrophe doing there? Anyway.
Venom Frost.
Bad. What?
Can you say that sentence again?
Can I what? What?
Can you say that sentence again? God.
Sparkflame immediately got up, but winced as a sharp pain stabbed his hind legs. Ow. Venom Frost took a step closer to him. You know, I've always admired your power. Sparkflame struggled to get up, but to no avail. He collapsed.
She reminds me of something.
Man, shut up!
Like
Shut up, thanks. He guessed this was when Venom Frost was going to take its power. Sparkflame pawed at his side. Striker Fire pawed at his side. Sadness was in her eyes. And he thought he could see a bit of cloudiness in there too, as if Striker Fire was remembering something. I need to protect Striker Fire. Those words flashed in Spark Flame's head. Wait. Sorry, words don't flash in someone's head. Well, let me just. those words. Those words. Oecoed. I don't even know anymore in Spark Flame's head. Alright, hold on. Let me just. Echoed. There we go. Oh man, I love typos. Anyway, I need to protect Striker Fire. Those words echoed in Spark Flame's head. He glared at Venom Frost, who already had a magenta/white lightning-like aura around her. You know, rage.
Oh, back then when you had that,
Yeah, back then when I thought rage was OP. I mean, it is if you max damage boost according to this one YouTuber, but yeah, I prefer damage boost though. There was something in that oh wait. Yeah, the red aura once again appeared on Spark Flame, but Venom Frost flashed him a look, and he stiffened. There was something in that glare, and it creeped him out, intimidating him a lot. If he could have said something about it, he would. Well, he could do was lay there helpless. He didn't have the strength to use his power and make that fiery ring appear. Basically, it was still reloading, but instead, he closed his eyes, thinking of when the wolves from the pack in the mountains actually allowed him to stay with them. He should have stayed and not caused so much trouble. Now he was in a helpless situation, and they couldn't bother to save him. Striker Fire is too young to even do anything, and who knows what Venom Frost could be planning to do to her. Venom Frost's voice almost made Sparkflame flinch as he was too caught up in his thoughts. Either you surrender your power to me, or you're not seeing this pup again. How's that instead of me just killing both of you? She said. Her ominously calm voice just pissed Sparkflame off. Venom Frost was clearly enjoying looking at how defenseless he was. How about... Sparkflame felt himself slowly regaining his energy as a small green aura appeared around his body before fading as it floated upwards. You know, instant life regeneration. You can be the one who dies instead. Venom Frost narrowed her eyes and lunged at him, and when she did, a row of electric shock waves were shot at her. Then a large ring of fire appeared, and she gradually looked like she was weakening. You know, because Venom Frost is a 2K. Anyway. Sparkflame got up and backed up a bit, shaking his own almost limp legs. When he felt like they could work again, he charged towards Venom Frost, and a large bolt of lightning struck her. You know, that other move rats love using? Thunder? Yeah, thunder. Almost instantly she stiffened, but didn't fall limp. Jeez, she's pretty tough. The same green aura that he saw from the wolf flashed before his eyes again, and he was weak all over again. Sparkflame collapsed and stared in horror. But how? Because he's a 2K? Venom Frost shook her fur as if she got it wet. Then looked down at him with an expressionless face. Would you like it if I chose for you? She asked, calmly. Sparkflame hesitated, but said nothing. He heard paw steps from behind him, and he could smell the ghostly white wolf. In the corner of his eye, the wolf looked even scarier as moonlight spots shone onto the tree leaves and onto her fur. Guess what move they're gonna use next? A, Poison Cloud, B, Poison Cloud, or C, Poison Cloud? I'm giving you a good 20 seconds to answer. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to look for my pen. No, I'm gonna give 30 seconds. Time starts now. In the meantime, I'm gonna look for my pen so I can draw. Whoops, okay, hold on, let me just... Chapter 4, is it, yeah? Yeah, it is, okay, frick. Wait, where is it? Hold on. Alright, there it is. Timer is up. So your question was, your question was, since Ghost Pepper, the Dual Wolf. All right. So your question was, since the ghostly white wolf, Ghost Pepper, the Dual Wolf, I forgot his name, but his name isn't important, and Venom Frost all are where Spark Flame is. Your answers, the question was, since those three wolves were where Spark Flame is. Like, what move did they use? A, Poison Cloud, B, Poison Cloud, or C, Poison Cloud? And if you chose Poison Cloud, you would be correct. After a few moments of silence, Venom Frost raised her tail. Very well then. The first option it is. She growled as a large cloud appeared in front of her, Poison Cloud, going directly through Spark Flame. Another cloud exactly like that one appeared in front of the ghostly white figure, Poison Cloud again. And finally, Spark Flame felt immense pain before it was cut off by darkness once again. Basically, Venom Frost and Ghost Pepper both use Poison Cloud on Spark Flame, and he freaking dies.
Wait, but like mine is like level 2.
Yeah, and this back then, like when I wrote this book, Venom Frost's Poison Cloud is like level
3. It was
level 3. Yeah, it's level 3.
How did it like kill him though?
Because he was already on low HP. Because like she used lifesteal.
Anyways, what's Spark Flame's last HP before you abandoned the wolf?
He was a 5K.
Ugh. Wait, I don't know what I'm saying now.
Spark Flame. No, sorry. I should say it more dramatically. Spark Flame. Fire's soft whimper echoed through the darkness. A rumble, then abrupt silence, as Spark Flame felt as if the world was spinning while moving to side like a cradle. Spark Flame felt warmth beside him before it faded away. That's the sad ending to chapter 5. And now the prologue, where you should
died.
Basically. No,
He
I
died
mean
by poison.
Yeah. Anyway,
somebody does not simply die by poison.
I mean, if you're talking about the wolf logic, yeah. Because, like, imagine someone combining poison clouds.
Depending on the level, they might survive.
In the damage. But when we 1v1 in your Ghost Pepper account, you don't survive, like, at all.
Yeah, because you use your freaking money.
No, I don't use my money.
Oh.
I didn't want to go through the pain and suffering of, saving up 1,000 coins, so I had no choice but to spend $10 just to get 1,000.
Money user.
Just to get 1,000 gems, so I can upgrade my Poison Cloud to level 5. And now, it's time...
Patient, bro, couldn't wait.
No, trust me, it takes so long to save up...
Well, that's your problem.
No, it takes so long to level...
So that's your problem.
It takes so long to get 1,000 gems, unless you get lucky with, like, champions that give you 15 or more gems every single time you go to Coop. So... But yeah... Now we're off to the prologue, when you'll discover Venom Frost's true motivation on why she wants to go after Spank Flame's powers. Yeah, I'm calling him that from now on. Shut up! Ignore ThatOnePurrloin making a Bleach reference.
They didn't hear it, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't hear that you're playing Yachid for the 16th billionth time again. Anyway, let's read the prologue. No, you can read the tale of the mysterious black wolf.
Yeah, I want to read, the next chapter.
The next chapter is... There's no next chapter. Did I say prologue? I meant epilogue. Huh?
The mysterious black wolf.
Yeah, the tale of the mysterious black wolf.
Yeah, whatever, I'll read it.
Okay. Anyway, epilogue. Venom Frost stood in front of a large figure, slightly wagging her tail confidently. So, she looked up at the figure. I'm ready now, she said. You died. Anyway. Now you need to stop getting distracted by ThatOnePurrloin playing Geometry. Anyway, the figure walked out of the shadows, light shining onto its body, making out the shape of a wolf.
Do people actually watch your videos when you upload that?
I'm about to find out. I mean, this is a 360 subscriber special.
How long is the video?
Probably gonna be an hour. If you keep distracting me, that is. Anyway,
Oh my god, I swear, if I dive into it, one more time.
It had,
yeah, continue reading.
It had.
Listen how good your word cat's imagery is.
Shut up. Anyway, it had black fur with pink, dully glowing markings covering most of its body. Only its muzzle, paws, and belly having no markings. Its yellow eyes, though pupil-less, showed many emotions. No. Anyway, that's my terrible attempt at describing what the cursed wolf skin looks like in the wolf. So, tell me if I did a good. Tell me if I did a good job at describing the imagery. Did I do good? Did I not do good? Was I not accurate at all? Let me know in the comments. Venom Frost is your name. Is that correct? The wolf asked in a Venom Frost is your name. Is that correct? The wolf asked in a deep, slightly raspy voice. Shut! The gray wolf the gray she-wolf nodded. Yes, that is me. I told you about me. The wolf's eyes narrowed. You said you're very powerful. I want to see I want to see proof of that before I considered deciding whether I should help you living or not. Venom Frost's tail rose up as the light red aura appeared around her. She lunged towards the wolf. Damage boost.
I said right red aura.
Anyway. She lunged towards the wolf and bit down onto him. Then a dark green cloud appeared in front of her. The black wolf with pinkish patterns on its body didn't flinch. A dark blue circle appeared underneath it, that shield totem thing. And it simply stood there as the cloud disappeared seconds later. I see. Sorry, my throat's hurting. Hold on. I see. You're a bit strong, but that won't be enough. A bolt of lightning. Interesting. Let's see. Bro, a bolt of lightning? Thank you.
I like seeing bullies of lightning.
Same, bro. Bullies of lightning are extremely good. They're like an extremely good sight during a thunderstorm and stuff, like you said.
Mm-hmm. It's not really good if a lightning bully strikes someone.
Yeah, I mean it's not as bad as a bolt of lightning, but a bully
of lightning.
Yeah. A bully of lightning is seriously bad.
It's like one of those things you see during a severe thunderstorm.
Yeah. And those bolts of lightning is what you see when it's one of those fake thunderstorms that only last for like 5 seconds.
Oh god, yeah.
A bolt of lightning appeared from the wolf, coming from the ground and going through its body and pointed towards the sky, then disappeared, only to come back seconds later and strike Venom Frost. Thunder again, except this time slightly better imagery. Shut up! Moments later, the blue circle disappeared. Venom Frost collapsed onto the ground as she gasped in shock.
Venom Frost side?
No! Venom
side, because you were sighing, Oh my god,
no.
I have bad reaction time.
I know. I said Venom Frost collapsed onto the ground as she gasped in shock. Anyway, how about this? You go get me a strong wolf's power and try to kill me with that wolf's power. What? Venom Frost flattened her ears. Take her another wolf's power? Was I rushing this or something?
Logically impossible.
Wait till you see how it works in my stories. Story. Take a wolf's power? But how? If a wolf dies, doesn't their power go with them? The wolf shook his head. No. You can actually take their power. However, it only works after they've used their power already, and their only form of attacking is physical attacks like biting. Also, you need to make sure they're knocked out. Only then will you be able to take their power. Venom Frost lay there, silent. Do you take back what you said about being ready? The wolf asked. Venom Frost looked away, unsure. The wolf was clearly stronger than her. Way stronger, in fact. But if it let her help it, then maybe you can teach her how to get stronger. Well, at least... at least tell me your name. So I can know who you are in case I'm able to make a wolf... In case I'm able to take a wolf's power. Venom Frost murmured. I'll tell you later. You suck, anyway. But until then, go on and try. I'll be waiting. Sorry, my throat was hurting. The wolf turned and vanished back into the darkness. At least tell me if there's someone I can talk to if I can't find you, she called out.
No.
But only silence. Shut up, but only silence answered her. She called out. Oh, yeah, sorry. She got up and curled her lips. Sorry, I was looking for somewhere else. Venom Frost didn't need help, even if she was going to have trouble. She was sure she was strong enough to be on her own. And that's the end of A Fire Spark. I hope you didn't shut up. I hope you didn't enjoy it. I hope you just liked it, and I hope you never want me to read something like this again. But yeah, next up is The Tale of the Mysterious Black Wolf. I'm gonna do that later, though.
Or not voice act, sorry, narrate.
I changed my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna do that in 3. I'm gonna read The Tale of the Mysterious Black Wolf in 3, and when I get to 365 subscribers.
You're joking.
No, I have 362 subscribers.
You do?
Yeah. But sorry, guys. Yeah, I changed it. I'm not gonna be reading both The Fire Spark and The Tale of the Mysterious Black Wolf this time.
In one video, because, like, that's too much and your storage can't handle it.
What do you mean my storage can't handle it? I have 46. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I have. No, it's 54.57 gigabytes out of 64 gigabytes. Wait, what did you say?
Nothing. Great.
Wait. Didn't you say that Spark Flame's
No,
death
I didn't say anything.
have to be like more emotional or some crap like that?
No, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I always said was that you have great writing skills and keep up the good work with your.
No, you didn't. 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 No, you didn't.
If you don't like my compliment, then.
It's not a compliment. No, it's not.
Yeah, I said keep up your great writing. Oh my god, keep up your great writing skills.
No, you didn't. I didn't. Okay. Yeah, those are the video thingamajings that I'm gonna put in here. Let's just, hold on, let me just, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, that's just me, like, reading this, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Let's see how much storage it takes up so far if I were to make it regular quality. Okay, 500, sorry. 561 megabytes, okay. And 2 gigabytes, alright. 16 minutes, sure, why not? Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. No, I know. I hope you didn't enjoy, and I hope you never want me to make anything like this ever again. Okay, bye.